Today we're going to compare the Joolz Hub2 and the Bugaboo Dragonfly, two somewhat smaller sized, urban-oriented reversible seat models from premium manufacturers. So let's jump straight into it then, looking at the advantages and disadvantages of each model in turn, and focusing on their differences in terms of child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics, before ending with a discussion of under what conditions and uses one might make a better purchase over the other. And beginning with the Hub2, the model clocks in at 9.3 kilos and folds down to 66.5 by 52.5 by 29 centimeters. It can take 22 kilos in the seat and 10 kilos in the underslung storage basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Hub2 seat has a nicely vertical upright position and a newborn acceptable near-flat recline, while size-wise, it has an inside width of 29 centimeters and a total length for the sitting surface, meaning the combined lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest of 93, as well as an extra 5 centimeters of length when folding down the leg rest and instead using the front frame mounted footrest. As far as other aspects of the seat are concerned, the textiles are premium feeling and well padded, and the harness is easy to use, with a 5-point buckle and no rethread shoulder straps. The canopy is extendable, provides very enclosing coverage, and has a ventilation panel in the extended section, while in addition, the liner is also removable, with the seat back beneath having large mesh windows for even more ventilation. For the newborn period, in addition to that newborn acceptable recline, the Hub2 has a bassinet available, as well as car seat adapters that are compatible with a variety of brands. Moving on to parent comfort, the Hub2's handle is adjustable between 93 and 109 centimeters in height, while the shopping basket is decently sized and okay to access as long as the seat isn't fully reclined. As far as folding is concerned, the process is a bit counterintuitive until you get used to it, where the model is folded from the front and the folding mechanism is a bit stiff and rotates in what feels to me like the wrong direction. That being said though, all the mechanisms can be operated with one hand, the model folds down as a single standing piece with the seat in either facing, and the folding system is centrally activated, allowing it to be simpler internally, which is good for longevity. When folded, the Hub2 is nicely compact for fitting in the trunk of a car or storage at home, and is easy to carry by the crossbar as well as via a stretchy shoulder strap that can be handy for getting upstairs or negotiating crowded public transport. When it comes to how the Hub2 feels to use, it's generally sturdy feeling, but very rigid, and even though wheel size is acceptable for a model of this sort, 8 inches in the back and 6.4 in the front, the suspension is way too tight, virtually unnoticeable, which makes the model pretty jittery over even lighter rough terrain. In addition, despite being light to steer, its footprint is a bit long, making the Hub2 somewhat heavy to tip up curbs, at least when the seat is facing forwards with an older child. Moving on, the Dragonfly clocks in at a slightly heavier 9.9 kilos and folds down to a narrower but significantly taller 90 by 52 by 36 centimeters with the seat attached. It can take the same 22 kilos in the seat and 10 in the underslung storage basket. Looking at child comfort, the Dragonfly's seat has a similarly upright position and also has a newborn acceptable recline, while size-wise, it's a little narrower than the Hub2's at 27 centimeters, but is longer both in terms of its sitting surface, 101, as well as when folding down the leg rest and using the footrest, 116 in total length. And though both models have the disadvantage when it comes to headspace of canopies that are flush with the seat back, the Dragonfly has a longer backboard as well as a deeper baseboard, which give it a bit of an advantage when it comes to taller toddlers. As far as other aspects of the seat go, the Dragonfly's textiles are also well padded and premium feeling, and the harness is virtually identical in design, though set up a bit nicer when it comes to the shoulder pads in my opinion. The canopy provides more or less equal sun coverage, and while there's no real ventilation in the seat back, there is a mesh panel that can be opened on the canopy. For the newborn period, the Dragonfly also has car seat adapters available that are compatible with the same range of seats, as well as a bassinet that folds down and flattens while remaining attached to the chassis. Moving on to parent comfort, the Dragonfly's handlebar has a lower range of handle height than the Hub2's, between 95 and 105 centimeters, while the shopping basket is longer and easier to access, especially with the seat facing forwards. When it comes to folding, the Dragonfly can also be folded with one hand, has a stable standing fold, and as I mentioned, not only folds down with the seat in either facing, but also with the bassinet. The mechanisms involved feel less stiff than with the Hub2, but they're also a lot more internally complex, which makes them more susceptible to wear that can complicate folding down the line if the internal components shift out of alignment as a result of loosening. When folded down, the Dragonfly also has a shoulder strap, as well as being comfortable to carry by the handle, though the fact that it's taller when folded makes it a bit less convenient with regards to trunk space. As far as the overall feel of using the Dragonfly is concerned, it feels less rigid than the Hub2, and the bars are slimmer, especially the handle, which overall makes the model unfortunately feel more fragile in my opinion. In terms of driving, the wheels are both bigger, 6.7 inches in the front and 8.3 in the back, and the model has much more noticeable shock absorption, making it less jittery when you need to tackle rougher ground. That being said, it's also quite long in terms of its footprint though, and when world-facing, the seat is also positioned a bit further forwards than with the Hub2, which makes it even heavier to steer and tip. So which one of these should you get then? This one is a bit of a toss-up in my opinion, with the Hub2 having advantages with regards to its simpler and more durable design, which makes it better for holding up to all-day, everyday life on foot, and where repeated folding and unfolding over the years is less likely to cause wear issues. Though at the same time, the model's poor shock absorption really makes it only suited to very smooth environments. While with the Dragonfly, other than being a bit weaker, it's better in many other important areas, with its longer seat, fancy fold with the bassinet, and better shock absorption, which for many parents may be worth the trade-off. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as this sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page, which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.